Okay, we're going to get started, everyone. So I think there's new faces since the last time I did an introduction half an hour ago. So hello, I'm Jacob. I am the community organizer, or a community organizer with Stories of Atlantic City, which is the organization putting on this event. I'll just do a quick recap of what I said half an hour ago, which is that this is the culmination of the first year of Artist Meetups, which is something we hold monthly, currently down at the Atlantic City Stockton campus. And it's a space for artists of all types to gather together and exchange information and exchange resources and play and experiment, do all that good stuff. So we're about to do that. We're about to exchange information and resources by way of performing and sharing things. Has everybody gotten a bite to eat and a mocktail? Yeah. Cool. That's great. Keep doing that. Please keep doing that until there's no more food and no more drink. And then please maybe continue. If you haven't yet, check out the vendors, check out the artists, and if you are so inclined, buy something. These are all local artists, and this supports the Atlantic City scene. So that's really helpful. Okay, from my actual notes. We're going to get started with performances in a second, but I want to do some quick housekeeping. One, please make sure that you sign in, if you haven't yet, to the Stories of Atlantic City table over by Chris, who's going to be waving in a second. There he is, waving. Perfect. I'll say again that waving, or no, not waving. Chris, who is waving? Signing in is really helpful for two things. It's helpful for getting grant funding to do this sort of thing more and more and more, and it's helpful for you because we're going to be pulling a raffle at the end of the night from a collection of things donated by the majority of the artists who are present here. One of you who signs in will get the chance to win this raffle and get a bunch of local art and a bunch of local goodies. So if for no other reason, sign in for that. Okay, before I turn to my performers, to my audience members, I want to say we're going to be moving into performances. Continue chatting, continue schmoozing, continue buying things from the artists. But if you could be courteous when a performance is going on. There'll be moments in between performances where there's, setup and breakdown. When a performance is happening, if we could keep chatter slightly lower. It's a big echoic space, so just however you can kind of consider that. Also be conscious that there's a recording happening, so don't stand in front of the camera. That's usually very good. Just notice that there's a camera there, and don't be in front of it, and you're doing a great job. Okay, where are my artists? Where are my performers? Okay, I see a performer. Raise your hands, performers who are around here. Performer. Where are they? I have a pep talk to give you. Where am I? Performer. Okay, performer. I feel like I'm missing some, but I'm just going to give you the pep talk anyway. Okay. This is something from Stories of Atlantic. This is me as Stories of Atlantic City being a conduit of Stories of Atlantic City to you. Art is opinion and critique and reaction. Art is expression and it is voice. It is a truly sacred thing to share in amplifying so many voices. It is my personal honor every day, each month that we gather for our meetups to know that in this space you can feel uplifted, safe, and curious to explore together. Art is never not political. Let me repeat that. Art is always political. The act of simply having a voice, taking up space, I lost my point. Providing others joy, catharsis, and familiarity is a deeply revolutionary act. I stand here as a team member of the organization Stories of Atlantic City. It is central to the story of Atlantic City, as with the story of every other city in America, that the voices of marginalized peoples have been systematically silenced for generations. But not here. not in spaces where we can share our art. It is the story of Atlantic City, as with the story of every other city in America, that we must build community to refute systems of oppression imposed by governance, greed, violence, law. Our artist meetups every month are a reminder of the unbreakable tether between creativity and activism. It is liberating simply to dream among friends, to rest among our neighbors. And so, my invocation for our performances tonight is this. May you find the courage to experiment, to play, to dream, safely in the comfort of all of these new faces, and to share your most honest self. And with that, let me invite our first performer, Janet Bodoff.
I am a writer and a visual artist, and my first poem is called I Should Write a Book. A world of broken people, all you need to do is look. Unfortunate we don't arrive with an instruction book, written in all languages for every parent to read, the way to raise a baby to grow up happily. So many damaged people, everywhere you look, hurting one another. It's a shame there is no book. If we only had instruction for every boy and girl, there might be less destruction all around the world. If there was just a manual how to raise a child right, maybe we would all grow up being loath to fight. If we could learn to love ourselves and love each other too, the earth would be a better place and not this insane zoo. Some have tried, but look around. They have sorely failed. If we don't do something soon, our planet will be derailed. So give some thought to peace and love and how to raise your child to grow up whole and happy, temperate and mild, loving self and others, the land we trod and more. No more broken people on every mountain shore. Every positive expression becoming true at last, leaving behind all stress and hate in our collective distant past. That's it. Okay. I recently found out that I am a fall risk, so I have to had to write a poem about it. This is called Fall Risk. Being a fall risk, I have fallen for country English gardens, fiery springtime tinctures. Being a fall risk, I have fallen for seascapes, sun-blazed horizons. Being a fall risk, I have fallen for children's smiles, discovering life. Being a fall risk, I have fallen for puppy tails, rambunctious in joy. Being a fall risk, I have fallen for laughter, unexpected joke. Being a fall risk, I have fallen for the gentle tough touch of a lover's caress. And somewhat on the same thing, this is called Losing Myself. It occurs to me that I have built my house of straw, when most certainly it should have been built of bricks and mortar, to protect me from the winds of change and the storms of adversity. It is betraying me. My body's falling apart bit by bit, as if I were a sandcastle at high tide built too close to the sea, losing itself grain by grain, clump by clump. How can I remain a fortress for those who need me? How can I warn them of the clouds that crowd the horizon? How can I pass on the lessons I've learned when hard-edged knives bore down against my tender flesh? My body is betraying me, a Jenga tower on a rocking chair, losing itself block by block, clattering down on a hardwood floor. How can I move forward and protect my structure, tiny step by tiny step, careful not to shake off another little piece of my heart? Like Janice on Wild Turkey and Smack, I'll offer up my being to aging, to decay, to rot, treading carefully so as not to surrender another crumb of me. Can any hardware store provide shoring for a failing structure? Where's the scaffolding or the duct tape to hold these declining pieces together? If only someone had mentioned that endless after-hours clubs and continuously flowing stoli might cause a problem or two in the future. Little did I know that jogging around my neighborhood in pain would not lead to gain. You know, no pain, no gain. Someone lied to me. Maybe I could have taken better care of the vessel, but I suppose I was just too young, having too much fun to give a damn back then. I guess I should have realized that wild times and wild turkey would turn me into carrion. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. One more round of applause for Janet. Okay, next up, I have two notes, but next up is Megan Smith, somewhere. And while Megan comes up, I have two things to tell you, the community members. One is, it's Miko Beach's birthday, everybody. Happy birthday, Miko. Woo! Miko is celebrating at your studio in the back. Back left. The other thing that I want everybody to know and retain and internalize is, in the first gallery to the right, there are tables. These tables have information on them, like flyers and business cards and things you can get from people from your community. It's all stuff from people around here. There's also a table that is now, thanks to a couple community members in particular, completely covered in resources for you to take. Okay, so part of the artist meetups that we do every month is what we call a trading post. And the trading post is a system for, I'm gonna take this off, is a way to practice mutual aid. It's to trade resources without seeking compensation. It is compensation. Creating a holistic community is compensation, right? Thank you, Gina. And so we extend this event. I was thinking about this, and so we kind of rotate. We rotate our meetups on a 3-month basis, and the last one of each cycle is what we call the trading post, and this event falls on a trading post. So I was thinking, when we were creating this event, well, this does that, right? This is everything here is free. Everything is for you. Everything is, to share and to build community and to network and to do all these wonderful things. And so this is a trading post, but also we have the trading post. So in the gallery, first one to the right, there is a table covered in mostly art supplies. And if you've always wanted to get into some sort of fabric. I think there was like a ton of like sewing and like mending and fabric things. If that's something you've always wanted to do and you've never had the chance to do it, now you can go do it. You can grab the object for free and try it. So leave this event with a resource you never had and go practice being an artist. I see Megan ready. And there are games. Thank you, Janet. Janet, the performer that you just heard, went to, I think you went to a store. we won't give away which store, and got a bunch of games to play, just a bunch of like cute party games. So there's comfy couches, and in that same room there are cute party games. And if you need a second to not be in the direct line of fire of performances or listening to me talk, go play a party game. Okay, Megan, do you need?
Hey everyone. Let's see if it picks it up. I'm Megan Smith. You could walk for miles in my shoes, through biomes that I've made, and we would end up in the same spot. And when we meet between the breeze, the closest thing to eternity, forget who you are with me and bend the laws of gravity. If all angels had wings, hers are hidden so she can fit in, but she still soars anyways, like an airplane, not a penguin. And when the soles beneath your feet begin to wear away, don't hesitate to take a break. Don't turn away. If all angels had wings, if all angels had wings, if all angels had wings, you could walk for miles in my shoes. Thank you. That song is called If All Angels. You can stream it on Spotify under the name Megara, Megara, and it's my first single, and there's an EP gonna be coming out soon, and hope you stream it. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you all for being here at this wonderful space that we all can share in our craft making and being very blessed to be here. This song is called Branded, and it is another original song. I've become in tune with my own volume. How can I drown out its noise? No need to resume all the memories in this room when I could simply call to hear your voice. But you broke me, you burned me while my world kept turning, till eventually the fire scarred a piece of my heart, igniting my writing and lighting this lightning, striking my life apart. And now you're branded on my brain, and I only say your name and words in vain. Branded like a candid picture in my camera roll. Branded like a candid picture in my camera roll. Turning down the sound to reach the higher ground, trailing through the patterns of my life, proceeding the unknown and putting down the phone. Limited of my heart, igniting my writing and lighting this lightning, striking my life apart. And now you're branded on my brain, and I only say your name and words in vain. Branded like a candid picture in my camera roll. Branded like a candid picture in my camera roll. You can take these broken pieces for your own. I've shed this skin of mine to come home. What's true is pure, and that's for sure not a possession of yours. Branded like a candid picture in my camera roll. Branded like a candid picture in my camera roll. Thank you. Thank you. I don't remember the last time I laughed this hard. And comfort isn't comfort if I'm not in your arms. And I was living through memories of the last time that I existed. But not surprisingly, your energy entry elegantly fixed it. Beautiful impressions, personal resurrection, mention from a lesson of impersonal transgression. My confession is a blessing to you that I owe. My love. My la da 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 I remember the first time I lost my way. Might have been the day I entered this maze. Taking my hand as the walls turned reflective, forced to look deeper at the life I've projected. Philosophies forming a greater connection. Leaves turning red, turning green, turning dead, and me turning 1650 till I'm dead. Hair on my head keeps me warm till it sheds. Careful of barriers given to mislead me from you and the truth of who I am, who I've been, who I thought of, what is meant in the future. I'm not a producer or a rebooser or a rooster or a servant of your business or a person owned by riches. Simply put, I am a listener of wishes, dreamer of imagination, created to create for the sake of creation, inspired by the inspired. What an inspiration. Thank you for the time of day to listen to this arrangement of beautiful impressions, personal resurrection, mention from a lesson of impersonal transgression. My confession is a blessing to you that I owe my love. La da 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 da. My la da 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 da. My love, my love, my love. Thank you all so much for being here and experiencing this moment together. My name is Megan Smith. Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Another round of applause for Megan Smith. Next up is Leesa Toscano. Leesa.
All right, I definitely need that mic. Hey, everybody. How's everyone tonight? It's great to be here at the Noyes Art Garage, especially since I am a Stockton alumni. I won't tell you what year, but I am an alumni. Anyway, I'm going to take you through a story. It's a true story about my charity walk. All right? Has anybody been on a charity walk before? Yeah? And wasn't it fun? You what? It was great. Yeah, anybody else? All right. Well, yes. All right, fabulous. Now, it's wonderful because you get T-shirts and you get some snacks, and everybody waits together. And when I went on my charity walk, we started at Caesars Hotel Casino on the boardwalk, and we walked to resorts and then back again. And everybody's standing around waiting to start the walk. Well, I'm there with my boyfriend, and I'm waiting as well, and I'm looking around at everybody. And there's this one woman who is talking to a friend of hers, another lady, and this is how she was sounding. Well, I don't know if I can walk that far. I just bought a 2024 Tesla, and I don't walk anymore. When I go visit my friend across the street, I get into my car and I drive across the street, and then I drive back. I don't know how I can make it all that distance. And when she was talking, she looked like she was smelling something bad. Now, she's a lot younger than I am, and I thought, if she can't walk that distance, then there's something wrong. Now, there was a couple, a man and a woman, very, very old. The woman is holding her husband, and he's walking with his back bent with a cane. Now, him I was afraid of. I didn't know how he could walk that distance. And then there's a woman over here, a young woman, and she's looking at the guys in back of her, and she's doing the mating call. She's flipping her hair, she's turning around and smiling. She's putting out her chest and her butt, and the guys are not even bothering. They don't even care. They're not even looking at her. Then she decides to stretch, and she's stretching this way. She's stretching that way. She's stretching in between her legs. She's doing moves that I can't even do. And then my boyfriend, he goes, wow, that chick has a great ass. And I'm telling you, I would have been mad. I really would have been mad. But you know what? I was looking at it too. I was wondering how all that got into those jogging pants. And still, the guys are not looking, the young guys are not looking at her. But you know what? The 40, 50, 60, and 7-year-old men are looking right there. And you know the man that was hunched over with a cane? This was him. And I thought, wow, he's standing upright. He looks quite virile. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle of the 20-year-old great ass. All right, thank you. Did you like that little story? That's a true story. All right, I still have some time, and I am going to read one of my poems. I don't know if you know this, but I write poetry, and I also do stand-up comedy and act. And if you are interested, Janet Bodoff and we compiled and wrote a book called Speaking of Atlantic City, and it's on the back table over there. All right, here we go. And older women my age can relate to this. It's called thighs. Taut, tight, 21-year-old thighs, one caressing the other leg, soft, lotioned ankles, painted nails, toe cleavage shown. I walk tall down the street, midi skirt, high Louboutin stilettos, black leather briefcase in hand, a stranger with spiked hair in a red sports car rolled down the window, beeped, then whistled. Hey, baby, I said out loud, what a jerk. 30 years later, my hair blew in the wind with slightly flabby thighs, one caressing the other, dry-skinned, badly needing lotion, wearing jeans, t-shirt, and Keds, I walked tall down the street. A stranger, a bald-headed man, rolled down his window, beeped his horn, and whistled, hey, baby, as he drove on by. I turned around, surprised. Who, me? Who, me? I looked around. There was no one but me. I thought, wow, maybe I still got it. All right. Thank you so much. My name is Leesa Toscano. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Leesa. One more round of applause for Leesa Toscano. And next up is Gina Roche and Adam Faulk. Gina Roche and Adam Faulk. You do want to make? Okay.
Hi, Adam. Maybe I'll talk in this one. And I'll tap in this one. I can't do it. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. So this is a wonderful opportunity to go out on a limb and share the things from your heart. And I've gone to many meetings. I haven't been to the most recent ones. Summertime seems to be a a good busy time for artists. Yeah, gigs. Woo! And in fact, just a quick plug. Adam and I. Well, Adam's going to be joining my group at Chicken Bone Beach on August 15th. Yeah. So if you dig jazz, come on down. It's at the Kennedy Plaza. Yeah, it's free. So yeah. So I called him. He lives in Philadelphia, and I said, "Will you come and play?" And I'd do a little tap dance, and he said yes. Go figure. So here's Adam. So this is like a dream of mine to tap dance. And it's so much fun to play with you and in this craziness. And so I'm going to take just a quick, short little digress. So we were trading and doing a lot of improvising, and I'm out of breath. I didn't even dance that hard, but, you know, the thing that happens. And I just, I at some point would like to have a conversation with anyone that's interested. We're doing Sunday morning beginner tap classes. And it's out near Stockton. Not the one in Atlantic City, the one out in Galloway. And it's so much fun. We have so much joy. And there's not really much jumping. I always tell people don't, be concerned about that. But there is a lot of fun. And it's from 12:30 to 1:30-ish, sometimes 2. And Linda, you want to come up for just a short little thing? Linda's one of my students. So, Linda Ferri's in the house. So we've been all so busy, and we haven't had a chance to really get together. So, but the thing I wanted to talk to.
Brand new.
Oh, she's brand new, but she's really, really good. Seriously, hey, what is so funny about that? Don't you make me come over there with my tap. Okay, well, it's awesome. So I want to explain the types of things that we do in the class. So we learned flaps, right? Right? Shuffle. Yep, very good. And I call it dig-a-dunk. Because of the sound of it, dig-a-dunk. 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 Yeah, good. How about dig-a-dunk and ding-gung-gung? Do you think we'll do it slower? Dig-a-dunk and gung-gung-gung. Dig-a-dunk and gung-gung-gung. Let's do it. Dig-a-dunk and dig-a-dunk and dig-a-dunk and Okay, so we're going to do flap. I'm going to show you this kind of thing that we're doing these days. Flap, 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 flap. Heel, flap, heel, flap, heel, flap, heel, step, 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 heel, heel, step, 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 heel, heel. Dig-a-dunk, 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 heel. Okay, ready? We're going to do it with music. Well, maybe we'll do it without music first, and then we'll do it with music. So, 1, start with flap, right? 1, 2, 3, flap, 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 heel, flap, heel, flap, heel, flap, heel. 1, 2, dig-a-dunk, dig-a-dunk, dig-a-dunk. We're showing you our good side. Let's start. That's all right. We're good. Let's take it from. Turn this way. We're going to take it from the step, 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 heel, heel, step. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step, 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 heel, heel. Step, 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 heel, heel. Dig-a-dunk, 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 heel. Yeah. Let's hear it. Let's try. Yeah, we all do better without an audience, but it's so much fun. So let's do like a slow blues, like maybe, not blues, maybe like Blackbird, or Bye Bye Blackbird. Right there. 1, 2, let him do a little intro. I'm gonna count you in. We're just gonna do what we just did. That's it. 1, 2, 3, flap, flap. Flap, 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 heel, flap, heel, flap, heel, flap. Dig-a-dunk, 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 dig-a-dunk. Yes! Linda! so fun. So much fun. Okay, let's keep going. Might as well end it with this. No one here can love and understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. So pack my bags and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird. Oh, blackbird. Da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum. Ba-da-la-la-la-dun-dun-dun-da-da, blackbird, bye, 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 bye. Thank you so much. Many blessings to all of you. Okay, Jacob, it's all yours. I've got my top board and I will go.
Wow. Thank you, Gina, and thank you, Adam. Oh my God. That was awesome. Next up is Tanya Fields, who's going to be performing on piano.
So this one, first of all, it's an oldie. To me, it's an oldie but a goodie. I wrote this, my God, over 25 years ago. So when I was a teenager and I had just gotten my heart broken for the very first time. So I sat down at my keyboard and in, like teenager fashion, some folks write in their diaries or whatever. For me, it's therapy. I sit down at my keyboard and I'm crying, and this song just came out of me exactly as you're about to hear it. And the reason I decided to do it tonight was because I ran into a friend of mine from high school not too long ago, literally about maybe a month and a half ago. And he said, "Oh my God, you're Tanya Fields. I remember you from choir. I remember your song." Wow. 25 years ago, I started bawling. He was singing my song back to me. And I just almost lost it. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's a pretty good song. So let me dust it off and play it tonight. So, and that is the name of it. It's called Tonight. So I guess it's time to say goodbye. Time to leave the past behind. An aura of true love that was so very hard to find. So many changes that I'm going through. A tale of love lost between me and you. So tell me, where do we go? Tell me, baby, where do we go from here? So I'm writing this letter to you in hopes it gets there. Time to tell you exactly how I feel inside and see what's on my mind. But tell me, do you still love me tonight? Do you want me the way I want you? Do you still believe that our love was true? Do you believe in romance? So then, baby, take a chance on loving me again. After all the pain that I've been through, what gives me the courage to tell you I love you? Why did you mean so much to me? So then, baby, can't you see that I'm not getting over you? No. So I'm writing this letter to you in hopes it gets there in time. I'm to tell you exactly how I feel inside and say what's on my mind. But tell me, do you still love me tonight? Well, you came along and you rescued me. You came into my life, made my well complete. Then you tore it all back down. Then you broke my heart in two. Yeah. Don't you tell me you know how I'm feeling. Baby, this can't be real. You don't know how it feels to give a love in return for a broken heart, which time could never mend. So tell me, do you still love me tonight? So I'm writing this letter to you in hopes it gets there in time. I'm to tell you exactly how I feel inside and see what's on my mind. But tell me, do you still love me tonight? Do you still love me tonight? Oh, 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 yeah. Do you still love me tonight? Thank you. So the next song I'm going to do is one that, I've never considered myself much a singer, ever. But I've been constantly asked the question, so how do you go about writing a song? And my answer is always the same. I don't really know. So one thing is very much constant. Now, I taught myself how to play, how to read, how to write music. So one thing is constant when I sit down at my keyboard, and literally, this is the one thing that always happens. I kind of start bamming at my keyboard, and eventually, after doing that long enough, I'll find some chords that I really, really like. And then from there, call it divine intervention, whatever you want to do, from there comes a song. So that is literally, that is literally how this next song was created, and it is called Bye Bye. Well, I might know that you were on the phone, called up and left me crying. But who's to say that you were gonna stay too good to be true in the end? And I thought I was to blame, but you said it was you that changed, and you couldn't put me through this no more. But you were cold. How could you be so bold to tell me you love me then leave? How could this be true? After all that we've been through, I've been here and there and back for you. So don't tell me how to feel, 'cause what you were feeling wasn't real. You got caught up 'cause you thought of yourself. So bye-bye. No, 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 no. Well, I might known that you were on the phone, called up and left me crying. But who's to say that you weren't gonna stay? Too good to be true in the end. And I thought I was to blame, but you said it was you that changed, and you couldn't put me through this no more. So bye-bye. So don't tell me how to feel, 'cause what you were feeling wasn't real. You got caught up 'cause you thought of yourself. So bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Thank you, guys.
One more time for Tanya Fields. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And next up we have Janeena Piñero.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hi. My name is Janeena Piñero. I'm really happy to be here with each and every one of you. What an amazing event. Jacob, I gotta give it to you, yes. Yes. It's so special being in I guess in a room full of different creatives, people who support the arts, people who are just here talking about it. We need this. That keeps it going. So yes, I'm a theater practitioner, I'm an actor, and I'm just gonna do a monologue for y'all. Keep it short, sweet, and nice, okay? So, ay Dios mío, let me put this. Y'all can still hear me if I'm like this? Okay, good. So the monologue that I'm gonna do is called, it's from the play For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough. It's written by Ntozake Shange, and the specific monologue is The Lady in Orange. Ever since I realized that there was somebody called a colored girl, an evil woman, a bitch or a nag, I've been trying not to be that and leave bitterness in somebody else's cup. Come to somebody to love me without deep and nasty smelling scald from lie or being, left screaming in a street full of lunatics whispering, slut, bitch, whore. Yo, get out of here with all of that. I didn't have any of that for you. I brought you what joy I found, and I found joy. Honest fingers round my face, with dead musicians on 78s from Cuba, or live musicians on $5 LPs from Chicago, places where I've never been. And I love Willie Colon and Arsenio Rodriguez, especially because I can make the music loud enough so that there is no me but dance. And when I can dance like that, there's nothing that could hurt me. But I get tired and have to come off of the floor, and then there's that woman who hurt you, who you left 3 or 4 times and just went back. After you put my heart at the bottom of your shoe, you just walked back to where you hurt. I didn't have nothing. So I went where somebody had something for me. But he wasn't you. And I was really on the way back from her house at the bottom of your shoe, so this is not a love poem. So, because there are only memorial albums available. And even Charlie Mingus wanted desperately to be a pimp.
And I won't be able to see Eddie Palmieri for months. So this is a requiem for myself. Because I have died in a real way. Not with aqua coffins and doo-wop Cadillacs I used to joke about when I was messing around. But a real dead loving is here for you now. Because I don't know anymore how to avoid my own face wet with my tears, because I had convinced myself that colored girls had no right to sorrow. And I lived and loved and kicked sorrow to the curb. Allegedly for you. But I knew it was for myself. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand being sorry and colored at the same time. It's just so redundant in a modern world. Thank you.
Thank you, Janeena. Thank you. One more clap. One more round of applause. Oh my God. Okay, I am up next. I will be reading a few poems for y'all. This poem is called Roads, and I will read it and then I'll explain a little bit. Brick by brick, I am recreating the Holy Virgin's clamshell embassy in my mind, which oversees, across from a gas station and retirement home, the intersection of two roads, train tracks interlaced, and an airport's cross-shaped runways. This reliquary in substantiated state never could receive a child by my name. I was raised believing that my skin would catch a blaze if I stepped inside her womb, recognized as others by the patrons kneeling low. Instead, I'd stand outside the chapel, listening to orange flags that flap against the caravans and watch as sirens and their flashing reds and blues would guide the arteries and veins that branch in cardinal directions from her sacred concrete heart. And all the world would stop and wait so lovingly, pondering assumption from their patient mortal lives. In the mother's furtive sepulcher, in the safety of my fantasy, the votives in their lapis cast our contours on the walls, and my shadow puppets replicate the roadkill down the street that rests as if it's dreaming, as if a child lost her doll. The wind that bristles fur when cavalcades of families drive by evokes the vibrancy of life, they know it's gone. Beside our ever-sleeping marionette, we planted roses, Mom and me, but workers tend the grass to please the drivers every morning. So once they take their leaves for lunch, the vapor sighed away by sun, we slither out from treetops, climbing up and into power lines, and Davin bending down to kiss each shorn but stubborn bush and blush a flower at each root, a prayer, a hail of fleeting light, decorating a matted coat the color of a gleaming furnace. Ma whispered once her place was in the grotto all across the world before they filled it in with asphalt one by one. Now only tears, out and over curbside graveyards lapping up to alabaster toes of teenage effigies, stood guard by stoic chain-link fences and their dogged cameras blinking red. And really now, her outstretched arms and shrouds in plaster could provide, she says, a cooling shadow for the beggars made to beg by the keepers who unhouse them, while dangling a symbol of her son around their necks. But nonetheless, the children cast astray, play games to ease the burden, manipulating meaning out of fear, and who can blame them? Yet it's difficult for me to hold with any tenderness the things they've done without projecting out against the bricks through stained glass onto the architecture of my dreaming as it pierces through the backdrop of her tale. How she fled across a countryside of lovers losing everything to chance, machine of nascent greed. The gridlock and the strip mall barreling behind the men who paved the roads and siphoned water from the hilltops, hoping only for a better life, pleading only for a place to find a cooling shadow and a song. Through these verses, through the years, her melody is hardly even hers, and God, she could have been allowed a single choice or foolish accidental. But in these unforgiven shapes, contorted into figurines poised silently, we find her in the creases of a highway, on the flicker of a candle, in a cold and empty room awaiting conversation. And hear how weightlessly she glides beside me to project her open palms across the landscape now, and dances in her shifting gown like a gold and silver spinning top. And like a playful kid, she keeps her eyes closed and she giggles. And all our symbols melt away. What remains are mosses, the colors of an evening sky reflected in a meadow pond that climb and slither with her laughter through cracks between the masonry. And she is me, and I am her, the maiden mother and the matriarch, one or two in crumbling sanctum, spinning in between, among, but not alone. The opalescent glow a mist, rush of air, stained glass windows fade to sand, howling through treetops, bare and blossoming and bearing life and bowing with the seasons to nurse the funguses and ferns, the insects and the seedlings rooting into decomposing lumber all at once, dispelling torches lit by strangers to illuminate the roads to Providence. Neon circuitry, the seasons, dervish with us wildly, and even in a dream as this, we are not the center of our world. Horizons visible, we see an archipelago of clamshells, constellate, evolving. Thanks, y'all. So that piece was inspired by, there's a sanctuary on the corner of the White Horse Pike and Wrangleboro in Galloway, in Pomona, that's for the Mother Mary figure, and it's called, oh man, I forget what it's called a lot. It's called Our Lady of the Highway, Sea, and Air, and I find that to be very beautiful. And so it inspired a poem about the roads. This piece is a 4-part poem. I will introduce its name, not with numbers, because that'll get a little confusing, but you'll figure out the flow of it. This piece I wrote for Passover to be included in a liberatory Haggadah that I submitted that was published for Passover this year. It's called 2024, 1445, 5784. The first part is called Anthropocene. In these dark times, our singing quieted by sonic booms, industrial war, commons seized and the pipe dream, podium politicians banal in Sunday suits, awakened only for the adlocutio. Hear how they drone, no flash photos. In this warm kitchen in a cold winter, in the safety and complicity of the state, I hum a soft tune while searching for the right spice from a world away. I have not forgotten. I stir the soup. I am sorry. To prepare for a sunset meal and kneaded flour that slips under chewed fingernails like rubble. Forgive me. Out from under the pregnant moon we gather, divided, and recite what we remember only for you, my cousins. There is nothing here to sanctify when you and I remain apart. May we mourn those lost to power. The memory is drowning, the melody denounced. It is simple. We must outlive. Part 2 is called Kin. Perhaps we could be so courteous, if only to be a parent. To be a child as if in a dream, held by strangers turned fathers on the news. To be a grandchild of demolished trees, stubborn seeds withstanding bombs and broken treaties. To be an ancestor forgotten and remembered once again, progeny of another's name. To be allowed, to be. You deserve it all in the sanctity of together. We deserve each other in a world to come. To grow old together, it would be a blessing. I see your kin in the mirror, something like a comrade, something like myself. You are a palimpsest. I is a palimpsest. Echoing every lover I've heard thrum in my chest. Come home. Come home. Part 3 is called Source, a quote. Allen Ginsberg, misread, and Jacques Derrida. Looking back on the mind itself as an American city, I'm like a child ready for the apocalypse. And part 4 is called Parallax. 1. I walked in circles with a teacher draped in blindness. Seated in sanctum, we listened to cop cars swirl the blocks around us. I meditated a tiger's arrival at the resounding strike of a brass bell. Wooden bifold narthex crashing, the beast's roar buckled mirrors windy, the surface of a winter lake. The child, the child, the child shivered. After image echoing through bruised mind's eye. Years came and went, the hunters too, orbit prowled dreams. Just out of bloody sight. The teacher came and went. The church bells ceased their call. The father extradited the son. The brother extirpated 3, the brother. And you hummed alone to the tiger, elderly, your voice shaking but steady. Marble white eyes unfocused, it laid its head down softly, resting. Please tell me, are you safe in these days of broken glass? And please, 4, please, how many times should the bells ring today? I walk in circles alone, the teacher gone, the tiger asleep, and your song lost b5 neath the static. But please tell me, I can hear you. 6, set me ablaze. Hand me the crying child. I will spin them wholly over my head. I will call them 7, home. Thank you. And last, but certainly not least, we have Michelle Tomko.
Wow, what a great introduction. Thank you so much. It's amazing. Now Michelle Tomko. How's everybody doing? Did you guys have a good time tonight? This was a good event. How you doing over there, Nick? You had a good time seeing everything? Are you following the rule that I told you, which is 1 chin per person on this video? Okay, very cool. Well, I don't know how this is going to go, guys. I'm a professional stand-up comedian. I've never performed somewhere so bright before. Also, I've never performed in front of an audience so sober. And I certainly have never had a 4-part Shabbat poetry reading prior to it, or had to follow immediately a genocide song. So I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of confidence in this routine. If you have to leave, I understand. Just, if you do have to leave, if you don't have enough money to get a whole comic book, at least give the Redonkulous people a couple bucks or two, because we do want you to not have to wear your pajamas to the next one that you come to. No, you're amazing. You look good. It's very intimidating. I talk about clothes. I love that outfit. I don't think I could pull that off. That takes some chutzpah. It's like at 6 p.m. at a museum, and you're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the satin. I'm doing the satin? I love it, though. I love artists. Clap your hands if you're an artist or appreciate. We're all are. It's a couple inherent cool things about being artists. One thing is for sure, you'll no matter what, you'll never be the weirdest one. That's good. It feels good. I have a lot of confidence when it comes to that. Now, I was teasing you about your clothes because I struggle with clothes, because I would like to dress like a 12-year-old boy, but I have these. And how did I do today? I don't know. I did the Vans. I tried to look young because I knew the Weekend Underground guy would be here judging me, going, why is grandma getting to close the show? So, yeah, I never know what to wear. I'm telling you, clothes have just, it's gotten out of control, the clothing, okay? It's just, I don't, the styles, just the sizes, like you used to get all dressed up to go on stage. The rule was like you had to dress better than your audience, right? What's going on over there? Claire, you had your moment. You all had your moment. What's going on? You went on an hour ago. You just found the water just now? Come on. I can't work like this. I can't get rid of this music stand. I keep moving it. I don't want to mess up your display, Dylan. Yeah, so I don't know what to wear. I went with this. I hope I look cool. Am I overdoing it? Am I not aging gracefully with the Vans? Where are the young people? Is it okay? Or is it, I don't know. Oh, thank you, Larry. Thank you, Uncle Larry. Oh, I'm sorry, I only have 15 minutes. I forgot we got to get you back to the home by 9, don't we? So we'll get moving. Yeah, I don't know. So I went with this today. I'm gonna see how it goes. This is how guy comedians get to dress all the time. Like Dane Cook, like sold out football stadiums dressed like me. When I show up to a comedy club dressed like this, they go, wow, Michelle's really letting herself go. It's like a total double standard between men and women. And I just don't know. I'm going with this today. I just find it hard to shop now. I'm a Gen X. Clap if you're Gen X. Gen Xers. This is the boomer section. I get it. There was a lot of quiet over here when I asked that. How you doing, boomers? How's everything going? You watching the Republican National Convention? No. I thought you were picking up I thought they got all their angry tips from you. I thought they just called the boomers up and like, how can we just be angry on TV all the time? Yeah, so I don't know. But I ask who's Gen X because back in Gen X time, there used to be just 3 sizes, small, medium, large. That was it. Boom. You bought a medium, you hope for the best. That's how it worked, okay? Now there are all these weird in-between sizes now, especially when you order online. Okay, like if you are an extra small and you order on Temu, that is a 5X minimum that you need from Temu or Wish. My friend Larry has to take up fencing now because he keeps buying sweatpants from Wish and they only go up to here, so you have to do the fencing thing. But it's terrible, and it's just, I was out shopping the other day, and I needed some pants, pull out a pair of pants. The pants were size 16 petite. And I thought to myself, how the hell can you be a size 16 petite? It's like a little pregnant, it's like a colossal shrimp. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense to be a 16 petite. I'm looking for shirts. I go pull out a shirt. The shirt is size XO, so there was a hug kiss size now, boomers. I don't know who wears that. I don't know what that's for. It's very confusing. There's mall stores now. Everybody has their own little size. You know how when you order something online, they go, check our sizing chart, because it doesn't fit with anything else. And some of the companies capitalize on it. There's a store at the mall called Chico's. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Chico's. Do you guys know, do we have any office? Okay, we have an office administrator in the back, so she knows what Chico's is. If you don't know what Chico's is, it's a mall store, everything matches. It's like Garanimals if you're an assistant principal somewhere at a middle school, and you just go there, you get your Chico's. But here's the interesting thing about Chico's. Chico's, their sizing system is 0, 1, 2, and 3. So it makes you think, okay, I can only go in there if I am a size 0, 1, 2, or 3, but that's not what it means. That's not what it means. Okay, Chico's is for women who are a size 16 petite, so that they can come bursting out of the dressing room going, oh my God, I'm swimming in this. Do you have it in a 2? That's how they make all their money. Like you feel very good. You feel confident going out of there with your bags of 1s and 2s. It's amazing. But that's short-lived though, because when you're out clothes shopping and you're going out with your 1s and 2, you think to yourself, oh, I gotta go get underwear now. And that's a game changer. That's a game changer when you need to get the undergarment things. You have to go across the mall there to from Chico's to Victoria's Secret. That is not a confidence building store, I wouldn't say. Where are the big busted gals here? Where are the big busted artists? Make some noise. Wow. Jacob, you only invited artists with lovely personalities, apparently, but that's okay. No, you deserve love too. I tell you what, I love Halloween, but every day is Halloween that I go into a Victoria's Secret because I feel like the Incredible Hulk. I feel like me need bra panties. Bah! Coupon. That's how I feel when I go in there. You wouldn't like me when I pay retail. Like that. That's how I feel. And everything about that store just kind of makes you feel like that. Like even if you're thin, you just kind of just still feel a little insecure. It's just bright and it's pink. And then they only let those like 79-pound like little sprightly people work there. Do you know what I'm talking about? The little Victoria's Secret people with the headsets. They come right at the door. Hey, I'm Victoria's Secret. How can I help you? I'm like, oh my God, just hang on a second. Just still working on it. I'm still working on breaking the barrier of the front door. Hang on. He has a headset on in an underwear store. Like, what underwear emergency can they possibly have that they need a headset? I'm like, why do you have those headsets? And she said, well, for someone your size comes in here, we can call for backup. That is code double D, sector 4, all units respond. That's why they have the headsets. I thought there was a NASCAR track in the stock room or something. I don't know why they had that. I'm from Ohio. Do you know why they call NASCAR NASCAR? You guys are artists. I don't know if you're into sports. NASCAR is the racing. It's called NASCAR, and I'm from Ohio, so I know how it originated. They got that name because there is nothing to do in Ohio but ride your car around in a circle very quickly. And the one day, the guy was going really fast in like a really cool car, and this guy was drinking a beer, watching him, and when the car went by, he went, boy, that's a nice car you got there. And then they keep it, thank you, in the front. That's cool. Thank you for supporting me, Dad, and coming to my show. That's so nice. You're so supportive. I know you had high hopes for me. I know my brother went to Yale. Mom's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, go see Michelle at the garage doing a little stand-up in her Vans. We're very proud. I'm sorry I disappointed you. Oh, the shame of it all. The shame of it all. At least I didn't do a 4-part poem about Hanukkah or whatever the hell that was. At least I came with something for the people. Jacob, I'm trying up here. I'm trying. No, Victoria's Secret's like the worst, because the headset comes up to you and they're, like, how can I help you? And I'm like, well, I need a bra. And then they're like, just follow me back here. And I'm like, where are we going? And she's like, the Bureau of Shame, where they keep the bras in descending size order. You know what I'm talking about? Guys, you can follow this too, because you have to go like Valentine's Day and stuff and get people stuff. And I love when guys go there, because no matter what size the salesperson is, you go, she's about your size. That's it. So I think all wives have like this drawer of like ill-fitting lingerie. Why don't you ever wear anything nice? Like, why don't you ever buy my size? That's why I don't. So they have these little teeny tiny drawers at the top for like the little 34A people that go in there. She pulls out the little teeny tiny drawer. Has a little teeny tiny bra, a little pink satin bow in the center, Swarovski crystal, right? Off she scampers with her little bra. And someone medium comes in and they pull out a medium drawer, and she's, I don't know, 38B or something like that, It's a little calico number, bow in the center, Swarovski crystal, right? And then I tell her my size, she goes to the back. There is no drawer. She goes to the back, she pulls out like those plastic Sterilite containers that you have in your garage with the racquetball rackets and the cleats in them? Takes a couple of the headset people to unfurl my bra. My bra actually has the bow that is on the Lexus in the Christmas time commercial. It's my bra. No. I don't like clothes shopping, I guess, as you can tell. I have a good relationship with clothes. I went to Catholic school. Anybody go to Catholic school here? All the boomer Catholic school, yeah. Now I understand why you're so upset. I didn't realize you all had to. That's what we all have in common. Everybody in Catholic school just goes through life just a little upset. Is that like a good description of it? Just a little upset. And then I've had to be in a lot of weddings. This is the bad time of year for me, the warm weather. I have had to be in a lot of weddings. Clap if you've been in a wedding. People been. And then clap if you can agree that is the worst thing that a loved one can do to you ever, right? That is the worst. I can't believe we do it to the people that we love the most in the world. We literally go up to the 5 people that we love the most in the world, and you're like, you're gonna have to take 8 weeks off work. It's gonna cost you $3,000, and oh yeah, you have to wear this. That is a terrible thing to do. Is anybody engaged? Are you engaged? For real? You found somebody to marry you with the salt lamp and the DJ? No kidding. Wow. Never underestimate a white girl with low self-esteem. I tell you what. You go ahead. Good for you, Dylan. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, okay. Well, she can certainly do better. So, but that's okay. That's okay. We're not going to tell her. Is she here? Shh, shh, shh. Don't tell her. Don't tell. Yeah, most people did. Most people did. But I got asked to be in a lot of weddings. But my advice to you is pick the 5 people that you hate the most and have them. Pick the guy that like bullied you in high school, you know, or like your brother that like ripped the head off of like some G.I. Joe doll you had or something. Make them go through that with you. I get asked to be in a lot of weddings. I'm not even that good of friends with women, to tell you the truth. I don't know. Like, they pretty much just ask me to be in their wedding to make themselves look thin, and I don't appreciate that at all. And it's very obvious. Has this happened to anybody? It was so obvious when I was in my brother's wedding. I was in my brother's wedding. I didn't know the woman he was marrying, but her name was Margie, which I had never met a Margie before. It's usually Margie or Margaret, right? But she went by Margie. I don't know if that was a nickname she picked up in like gym class or something, but whatever. So these outfits, the bottom half of my dress came out to here with yards and yards and yards of that white netting stuff. Tulle, I guess, because you look like a tool when you're wearing that much white to someone's wedding. And then the top half of my dress was like a crushed black velvet 3/4 princess sleeve. That's the look I gave Claire. That's the look that I had. That's exactly it. And so it was white and black. And then just in case we had some shape left to us whatsoever, we had to wear white tights with black patent leather shoes. Okay? It's black, white, white, black, like that. And so here we are. I'm from Ohio. We're in this little Methodist church in Bedford, Ohio. And I'm getting ready to go down the aisle. I don't know anybody, any of the other bridesmaids. I don't know any of these people, except like my brother's side. And, you know, we're getting ready to, you know, you're going to do like the little thing, right? So getting ready to do the little thing. And I'm looking up. We're all getting ready. We're walking down the aisle. And I was like, holy smokes. We literally look like a pod of orcas right now going down. I was like the smallest one in this bridal party, and we're just, here come to, just like that, we're going up. Holy smokes, just a big pod of orcas going up this aisle. I looked ridiculous. I knew it. Everybody knew it. One person didn't know it. That was my mom. She had one of those retro Polaroid cameras. And she was backing down the aisle, taking my picture, doing that mom thing. You know how moms do, like, so pretty. Like that, backing up there, so pretty. I'm like, Mom, we look ridiculous. Like, no, you're so pretty. I'm like, Mom, we look ridiculous. Look, the minister has a pail of fish. He's flipping one to each of us when we get up there. I'm kind of a non-committal person. I'm not really into weddings. I don't know if anybody else is like that. I've just never been a committal person. You know, that's changed a little bit. I am married now. I did get married. I just had my anniversary a week ago, actually. 3 years. Thank you. My lovely wife is back there. She's in the cat shirt. I don't know if that was obvious or not when the middle-aged lesbian on stage said, my wife is here. I don't I don't think they're looking at you, Tanya. I don't think they were like, I wonder if it's Tanya. My lovely wife, Jean, is here. I'm happy we got married. We got married here in Atlantic City. We got married at the Claridge. We got married on 7/11/21. That is a very lucky, I hope, date. Luckiest date of the millennium. My best man is here, too. Larry was the best man right there, Larry. Kind of funny wedding story. You know, I was trying to be serious. I didn't want to do any performing that day. I was trying not to. And we were up there. We were doing our vows. And actually, my friend Teresa married us. So she's available for weddings. Dylan, there's a Wiccan woman. If you were thinking, you got the salt lamp, I would think you'd want to be married by a Wiccan priestess. No? Okay, think about it. She's great. Really, really reasonable prices. So she is, we are up there, and she is doing her patented promise section, and we're supposed to say we do after she says all the promises, right? And she gets to the promise where she says, Michelle, do you promise to speak with Jean always with the utmost respect and dignity? And my entire side of the bridal party busted up laughing immediately. Busted up laughing, and Larry had a very serious girlfriend at the time. She had a very serious girlfriend, and she was not. So we got married on 7/11/21, and then on 7/12/21, Larry was single. So he lost. So I'm glad we had a nice wedding. We had a beautiful wedding in Atlantic City. I love this town, but I'm gonna say something unpopular, but I think it's important to speak your truth, right? A lot of the poems were talking about speaking your truth. We have gay marriage now. We're artists, right? We're all happy about that, right? That's cool, right? It's 2024. We have the gay marriage now. I think, though, I'm probably one of the few people in this room that I'm just not for it. Not for it. I know it's unpopular to say, but I'm like, not for. I'm Gen X, and to me, that was a perk of the lifestyle. Okay, that, not having to get married, was really one of the reasons why I signed up. Okay, when I was at Mount Union College and someone named Sue came up to me with a clipboard, and I read the fine print, and it said, hang on, I can't get married, I can't get pregnant, I can't join the army, and no one in my family will ever speak to me again. Sign me up, okay? That was it. That was an amazing time. Straight guys in the audience. Where are the straight guys in the audience? Okay. How cool would it have been the last 20 years, every time one of your girlfriends said, honey, don't you think it's time we settled down? You could have looked her square in the face and said, bet, there's nothing I'd like more in the world. But it's illegal. That's what I was getting to do, okay? That was an amazing time. But now, there are all these liberals out there taking my rights away, just taking my rights away one by one. Stop helping liberals, okay, please. I'm supposed to adopt kids now. There was this golden age of lesbianism where people wouldn't even let me around their kids. That was great. I would be at a cookout and someone would come up to me, some cousin, Michelle, do you want to give Timmy his bottle? I'm a lesbian. George, take Timmy to the car. We're leaving. Did she touch him? Did he catch it? It was a great time. I'm supposed to go to church now too. There's welcoming congregations, right? I need a welcoming congregation. I need brunch, okay? So don't ask, don't tell. You might be, a lot of you are too young to know what that is, but don't ask, don't tell basically meant, what, Uncle Sam? You don't want me or Patrick or Ian or Dylan to go with you? Well, enjoy Beirut, boys. We're off to Cabo. It was an amazing, amazing time. But here we are. It's 2024. We've got a lot of technology now. Not in Nick's case. He's got whatever's going on over there. Did you borrow your dad's camera? Let's go. Are you giving me a wrap it up? Is he giving, what in the heck is happening? No, Nick's been, give it up for Nick, actually. He's been here since 4 o'clock helping me set up all this stuff, so I'm just kidding. And give it up for Katie, too, slinging the drinks. It's been a great night. Jacob, one more time just for everybody that performed. Amazing. So here's the one good thing that I have come to about gay marriage, okay? The one good thing about gay marriage is that I can go out now and I have gotten a trophy wife. I have a trophy wife. That is a big deal. All my guy friends talking about trophy wives. I have a trophy wife now. Or maybe I'm the trophy wife. You know what? Who knows? We'll never know, because nowadays everybody gets a trophy just for participating. Guys, thank you so much for coming to our show. Follow me at Tom Comedy. I've got some shirts over here, and I'm telling you about the shirts because I want to show off Bob Ortiz artistry here. One sec. Wait. This is Bob Ortiz. This is Bob Ortiz's artwork here. It's my little dogs and me in a hot tub. So it's a bargain at $10. I only have like large sizes left though. I bought all the sizes. I only have large. I don't know, gluten-free. I don't know what happened, but I have all the large. So I have those. Thank you very much. And listen, everybody, let's make a ton of noise for Jacob. Let him come up here and close it out. Jacob, you did a great job tonight. Jacob!
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody. Wow, this has been awesome. So I'm going to do the raffle. We're a little bit late, and the event's over because it's 9 o'clock. So we have to break down, and y'all have to go.